Hello Mavericks and Pokemon theorists alike, welcome to another theory. Today we are going to be exploring economics, accounting, and government. Wait, don't click back? Why is everyone leaving? Look, I understand this stuff might not be the most exciting things in the world, but haven't you ever wondered why things cost so much in the Pokemon world? And how does Payday, the Pokemon move, not break the economic system? Well, we are going to be addressing that in today's video. But before we start today's theory, please sign in so you can give it a big thumbs up at the end if you enjoyed it, or comment your own opinions down below as well. So let's just get into it. Today's theory was suggested by XX Stealth 007XX. Oh man, what a name. And they asked, how doesn't Payday break the economic system? Alright, cool man. Let's begin by identifying what Pokedollars actually are, or that P with the lines in it. So it's money, which is why I call it Pokedollars. But how do people make money in that world? In the anime, it rarely is ever referenced, other than Jesse, James, and Ash and his friends all always being broke. Ash even gets stuck with the bill at a restaurant with Misty once. Wow, Misty, make a 10-year-old pick up the check. But that's Misty for you, am I right? No, but seriously, Misty is a... And that's why Misty and Ash will never be together. So, where was I? Oh, that's right. So what is P or Pokedollars? Well, besides being money, we need a standard to compare it to. Many people have commented about the prices in the games. 3,000 P for a full restore? Excuse me, sir, you realize there's a Pokemon Center that's free, right? 1,200 P for an Ultra Ball? What are we, Gary Rich here? But most people think that is a lot, because they attribute it with their currency. So for example, 3,000 P, most people would think $3,000. But that is incorrect. Pokemon might be made up, but if I had to take a guess, I would say that Pokedollars are based on yen. And I would be willing to say that's a pretty solid guess, as they literally look the same, just different letters. And wouldn't you know it, yen is from where Pokemon was made, Japan. Shocker, I know these revelations are mind-blowing, but stay with me here. Taking into account the conversion rate of currency, let's just assume that it's roughly a 1-to-1 ratio, with fluctuations up and down. From US dollars to yen, it's roughly 1 to 1,000, or the thousand place. It looks something like 1 US dollar to 0.00 something. Again, fluctuations can alter that amount, but let's just assume it's just 1. So, an easy fix for this would be to remove the 2 zeros after the decimal. 3,000 yen would roughly be $30 US. If we apply that to the full restore, we can see something a bit more reasonable. $30 for a portable, fully healing spray for your Pokemon, not 3,000. Now again, nothing is confirmed here, but I would say that that is a good estimate. How does this go into Stealth's question? Though? Well, since we can assume Pokedollars yen, then we can assume that Pokedollars are regulated just like yen is. So, how does Payday not break the economy? Well, I'm going to spare you the finer points on this, and I'm going to give you a super condensed version of this. This is like 4 years of economics jam-packed into under a minute's worth of information, so just pardon me for missing anything here. From 1970 to today, Japan's money has been devaluing against the US dollar, and its GDP has, generally speaking, been going up. This combined with Japan printing money to solve economic crises, it combines together to cause a problem. Too much money in the system and not enough product to spread around. The US and other countries, along with Japan, often take in old money that is no longer viable or usable and burns it to prevent huge influx of dollars, or destroys it. Doesn't necessarily have to be burned. But one cannot print money to fix the problem. Government can't pay its bills? Hey, no problem, just print more money, right? But that means it devalues every dollar down to the penny. And if you want to know what happens when a country keeps doing that, just check out Zimbabwe's $1 million note. Oh, that isn't enough? No problem. How about their $100 million note? You see, zeros just keep adding on over and over again, but it doesn't fix the problem. Too much money in the system and not enough value. The problem is that money has to be backed up by something tangible. For example, let's just use the gold standard. 1 ounce of pure gold is equal to $1,600 for this example. Now, let's say that the US just magically prints $1,600 to buy that ounce. If everyone agrees the money or note is printed stating that it is backed up by gold, or the institution granting that note will buy back your ounce of gold for $1,600, and you can use that money to buy other things. It's really hard to slice off a piece of gold to go pay for your groceries. So this is why there are notes, or fiat money. Money to which we all agree is worth a standard amount of time and effort to acquire. The long and the short of this is that everyone agrees that money is a representation of something. So if everyone agrees that $1 cheeseburgers at McDonald's is priced at $1, meaning that cheeseburgers' value are $1. And thus, no matter how much money is in the system, McDonald's can still make a profit on that $1 cheeseburger. Prices are always going up and down for things due to fluctuations and inflations of value. This is what happens with Payday. So there are 3 possible scenarios. Number 1, that would be if the government of the game, cough cough, the Elite Four, take stacks of polka dollars and Lance and his Dragonite, burn them with flamethrower to increase the value to offset Payday. Number 2, the economy of the Pokemon world is absolute garbage, being riddled with war, crime syndicates, and will become the future Zimbabwe. And number 3, Payday happens so infrequently that it doesn't have enough time to affect the economy. And I would personally agree with number 3. Governments also have to account for counterfeit money. You know, there are dedicated agencies to counterfeiting money within other governments as well. The US dollar is more complex than just paper. It has so much on it to try and prevent counterfeits, but there are still some that pass as US currency. I feel that Payday would be similar to that, being counterfeit money, but not exactly. It's legit enough to pass, but it's not perfect, which the government then finds, takes, and destroys. Yes, it exists, and yes, it is wrecking the economy, but someone would have to actively order their Pokemon to use Payday for many hours at a time just to get a bit of cash. And even then, it wouldn't make them rich. It would be like throwing a jar of pennies down after 6 hours. Maybe you would get a couple dollars. Economics is a long, drawn-out idea, and many countries do things differently. But in the end, you can never magically make money without causing a problem somewhere else. Oh, and fun fact, Payday used to be a TM that could be learned by many Pokemon in Gen 1, not just exclusive to Meowth or Persian. Interesting how it disappeared like that. Anyways, make sure to like the video if it helped or made sense, and leave a comment if you had a question, concern, or theory you'd like to see me cover. I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. Good gaming, and God bless. Thanks for watching my video and making it to the end. If you want to see my theories a day early, make sure to head over to my Patreon, where donators get a day early viewing of my newest theories. And follow me over on Twitter to see my updates about certain videos and access to some cool unlisted hidden content as well. If you don't have Twitter, I am on Tumblr too, so be sure to check out my videos on your preferred social networks, or subscribe here on good old YouTube. I've been on YouTube for a while now, and I don't plan on going anywhere soon, so I hope you keep supporting me by liking the video and sharing it where you can on Facebook or Twitter or other forums as well. Thank you again for taking a bit of time out to support me, and I hope to see you here next time on Pokemon Theory. Please note that in all my videos, if I use images from Google, that I do not own any of those images, and all images obtained from Google are owned by their respective owners and copyrights. So please remember this when watching my Pokemon theories. Thanks.